Ciao a tutti and welcome to Venice Talks, a podcast series about Venice in Italy. My name is Monica Cesarato and I am a Venetian food and travel blogger. I'm going to put my insider knowledge at your disposal to help you discover Venice at 360 degrees. Each week, I will be chatting to the people who really matter, the Venetian. So follow me on the discovery of its artisans, writers, fashion designers, artists, glassmakers, bloggers, and much, much more. Come to visit Venice the right and sustainable way. You can find me on my blog www.monicacesarato.com and also on all social media. Enjoy the episode. Welcome back to Venice Talks, episode number 46. Welcome back to Venice Talks. Hi everybody. And today my special guest is Marco Jovon from Eredi Jovon. Ciao Marco, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Hi, everybody. Nice to do this with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, first of all, Marco, you are so lucky because your shop is located in one of the most beautiful locations in the world and is right on top of the Rialto Bridge. How long have you been there?
My family opened that store in 1934. It was my grandpa, Luciano, that opened the store, and my father. I must say that my grandpa, this is something that I want to say completely because looking at my story, I've looked at my roots. I want to say that my grandpa was a poor workman that opened the store, and with the sweat of his job, he makes the so-called American dream with my father. So we are happy and humble to started from the beginning. So I just want to tell this. And then was my father that enlarged the business. He started to work when he was only 13 years old, but was a period of Second World War. So nobody had money. And they were used to tell me that they had the difficulty on putting in Italian, say the
bread on the table.
Yeah. So these roots are very important for me because they always remind me where my family comes from, and they always remind me that money is important, but dignity is something more,
So it is a family-run business right from the beginning. You sell amazing, fantastic pieces of jewelry, and you specialize in cameos and corals and much more. And we'll talk about it in a second about that. But you mentioned that the shop was started by your granddad, but is your dad that really developed the Eredi Jovon idea of both of and also the type of jewelry that you sell, correct?
Yes. Basically, the job was enlarged by my father. I mean, my grandpa was a real humble craftsman that made his own job. But to seriously talking about jewelry, we start with my daddy. Because when they started, that was not the period to sell jewelry. That was the period to live, to find a way to live. So we can say that my father enlarged the business, and thanks God, thanks to the online, the web, now we can reach the world. That's fantastic.
Okay, so one thing that you've, we've known each other for a long time now, but it's something that you always stressed is made in Italy. Why is the made in Italy so important for you?
Made in Italy is a philosophy. Made in Italy, it's the same philosophy of the slow food. Things important takes time. It's fantastic to think that a child keeps 9 months to burning the light, and a piece of jewelry can have the same intent. It can have the same development because the slow, the made in Italy, the handmade, they cannot be rushed. They cannot run.
And that's the reason why a piece of jewelry that is totally handmade in Italy has got to be expensive. It cannot be cheap because it takes time.
Yeah, and I'm quite looking at the rest of the world when and I get embarrassed when I see things made industrial,
Mm.
made not by hand, made for billion of person, sold as much or maybe more than something made in Italy. I'm not talking only about myself. I'm talking about
In
people
general.
in general. I'm talking about. I'm a supporter of the Made in Italy. I'm a fan of Made in Italy. You know,
Uh-huh.
from the jewelry to the cook to the
Uh-huh.
uh, whatever it
Yeah,
says
yeah,
about authentic.
whichever product. Yeah, yeah, of course.
Authentic. What is authentic Italian for me must be respected, must be taken like a relic, like a
Uh-huh.
honored, because there is all the story of my country inside every product. When you buy a real product made in Italy, you are buying Italy, you are buying the story of Italy. You're not
Hmm.
just buying a product.
Well, you buy also the skills and the years of expertise and the know-how, the famous know-how. You specialize in cameos and corals. How did you start to specialize in this kind of jewelry rather than, let's say, diamonds and other stuff?
Um, Basically, I was not meant to be the person that would rule the store after my dad.
Oh,
My dad,
okay,
my dad wanted for me a different future because he said
okay.
to me, "When I will leave you this store, when will be the day that you will run the store? You will be like in a golden jail." Basically, because it was our core business. It was something where we were really, really, really specialized. And I said myself, I was not meant to be in the store. My father didn't want that I come to rule the store. He wanted for me a different future because he said that the store was a golden jail.
Uh-huh.
But, life in some way obliged me. My dad passed away in 1 month, and the question was, I was a student. Do you want to run the business of your father, or what do you want to do? And I said,
Uh-huh.
when you have a certain call, you answer. You can only answer in one way. And
Uh-huh.
I just said myself, I must go on what are the roots of that belongs from my father. So I just said myself, we are very very good on this. Let's go on this. Let's specialize even more. And I said myself, it's better to be a bigger fish in a small ocean than to be a fish like everybody else in a
Uh-huh.
big
Just,
ocean.
just a normal fish. Yeah, 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 of
Yeah.
course. So when was this? In what year was this?
25 years ago. 25
Oh,
years
wow.
ago.
So you're celebrating 25 years of your career this year.
Yeah, but
And how old were you?
I was just 24. So this
Oh,
year
so
in my
young.
life, yes, in my life, I can say that there's been much more years that I live in this art without my father than with my father.
But have you before once you took over the shop, before that, had you been working in the shop
Yes,
or not?
certainly,
Oh, okay, okay.
certainly, certainly.
Okay.
We are a family of person that respect the job. So when I
Uh-huh.
was 16, during the holidays from school,
Uh-huh.
I was asked to come in the store. Yeah, then
And help.
I was a teenager. Yes, but I was able to help like could like I mean I was not a good helper. I say myself, I was not a good helper. I was a person that look at comes in the store whenever he wants.
Well, you were a teenager. That's what teenagers usually do, don't they? When you just were a teenager, I suppose, no?
Yes, yes, a teenager. Yeah, I thought I s- sometimes when I write things on my blog, I speak about that period, and now I see that period with the normal a normal sense of humor.
Uh-huh.
On that time, I felt nothing. For a certain period, I felt a little bit guilty because I didn't do my job properly when I was a teenager. But I was a teenager.
But yeah, exactly. You shouldn't look at this. So you decided to go into the cameos and corals. So let's talk about the cameos first, and then about corals after, because they are the two main cores of your business. Sorry. So cameos.
Cameo is one of the oldest job made in Italy.
Uh-huh.
Probably is the oldest job that exists in the earth. I mean, the primitives, they were used to put their hands on the cavern.
Of
That was
course.
a cameo. That was a sign. The needs of signing something, the needs of letting track of their stuff. And cameo start like a portrait, like a real portrait of a real person. So it's something that is connected with humankind since the beginning.
And you specialize both in vintage antique cameos, but also in personalized cameos. That is, I think, is something so particular because they become like they're so special when you do your own cameo. So how long have you been doing the specialized cameos?
The customized cameo, it's something that we do from the beginning, and is the job that made our firm famous because everybody that when you ask them, do you do your own cameo? Every shop of Venice or Rome or Florence will tell you, yes, I do my own cameos. Okay, and the customer should say, okay, make me one. I want my face on it. And then, when behind the curtain, you can see what is behind the curtain. If the person say to you, yes, that is a real maker. If a person says, that is just telling you a lie.
Right, okay. Oh, tell Roberta in the kitchen to stop messing about with the plates, please.
That's my wife. That's my wife. She's preparing the dinner.
I can hear her back there cooking.
She's preparing
Marco.
the dinner.
So if somebody wants a special cameo from you, okay, a customized cameo, what do they have to do? Well, first of all, do they need to come in the shop or can they contact you online as well?
They contact us online. They can candidate for having one.
Candidate? What do you mean then?
Yes, candidate. Because recently I want to make the job I'm really attracted by. I tell you this: when a person contact me and it expect a Photoshop cameo, I mean a cameo that a person that show me that it doesn't want a handmade job, but it's really keen for what is Photoshop with the mock-up, with things like this. I understand that is a person that wants fast food, not slow food. So it's not a way of saying no to the person. Is a way of finding the right
customer
for the right product.
Okay.
It's not something I don't want to show me self-fishing or
Yeah, of course. So, and how many cameos do you actually do per year?
For years, we decided to do 100 jobs every year.
Okay, that's not a lot.
Not a lot.
That's around less than 10 a month.
Basically, yes, are exactly 7-8 per month.
Okay.
But the real answer is that like this, we can keep with our times, with our waiting list, our standard high.
Okay.
If otherwise, everybody will rush us for Christmas. Everybody will rush us.
Yeah, of course.
For Valentine's Day, and this will not be helping. Not myself. I don't mind. I mean, if I want, I can start a cameo the night and I finish the day later. But is that what a customer is asking me?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's when you'll end up making the mistakes and not giving the high quality of details and everything. So yeah.
If you know us a little bit, you know that we are so keen that my mom says that we are able to put the animal on the finger of the bee. So we like to be precise. Yes, Mama, she's very
Yeah.
She's very keen for this.
She's we always talked about your granddad and your dad, but Gabriella, your mom, she's a column of Eredi Jovon. Get
Wow,
to
wow,
see.
wow,
I
wow.
mean,
She's still the column, and recently she has been asked by two customers to come in the store. That was
okay.
fantastic because it was a period that she didn't pass by. She just passed by. She looked at the store. She said, the things are going good. No,
Okay,
no, no,
goodbye.
no, 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 good. I would like. She said goodbye. She said, there is money for me.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's even worse.
Yeah, yeah, it's even worse because she said, if I pass by here, okay, I want some money for the smallest for feeding up the dog,
Yeah,
Hugo.
yeah, for Ugo, for Ugo. Your mascot. Listen, Marco, cameos. What kind of or what type of material can you make can we find cameos on?
To have a customized one, we just work in the traditional way, so on shell, brown shell
Okay,
or red shell. When
okay,
people ask me for different material, I just say that there are a couple of machine, probably in Germany and maybe another in the United States, that makes the cameo with AutoCAD, and
okay.
they will be happy to have one of them, but
Uh-huh.
not ever a cameo in carpet.
But in your shop, you do sell cameos made with other materials, though, don't you?
Sure, sure, sure. We have
Okay.
on that we have a sort of a pre-made design that we
Uh-huh.
can go over. So the cameo can be sell as a cameo, but in that case, a cameo cannot be customized.
Okay. Yeah, they're just cameos, but still handmade, totally handmade, but with a preset design that, various designs that you have. And so what type of material do you have? You got the blue one, the agate, and then what
We have
else?
and then now we okay. I didn't talk. Sorry, I must say I must come back a little bit. Yes,
Okay.
I just say the two precise material, but there are other material for cameo, obviously material that cannot be used anymore, like ivory. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Material that are very, very, very expensive, like coral, that can be
Okay.
engraved as a cameo, material like lava stone, vulcastone,
Uh-huh.
so on. If you want to go in deep with this, everybody can download my handbook on cameos that is
Uh-huh.
possible to download for free on our website.
Uh-huh. But since we are in Venice and we go glass, we also you always
Sure,
got you got
thank
the
you, thank you,
Murano
thank you.
glass, don't you?
I
See,
forget that.
see, see,
Yeah.
see. I did my research.
I forget. Yes, we do cameo on glass. We do also cameo on stone. Recently, you know me. I'm fascinated by the people that works like me. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Job collateral to my job that in some way can be shared with me. So when I found a good artist that works properly, I usually hire him or
Uh-huh.
hire her. And I create a collaboration. I have created collaboration with Cameo in Glass. I have created collaboration with the oldest, with all Signet Cameo. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Cameo made on one color on stone, engraved on not in a high relief but a down relief that
Uh-huh.
that can seal on a piece of wax.
Uh-huh.
And I'm working with an old man from Rome that is 80 years old. He's
Oh
one of
wow.
the last men able to do that job, and he works with me. I'm proud of him.
Oh wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Then when you mentioned corals, this is very interesting because this, I see all the time, at the moment you mention coral, people start going like, oh, coral, oh, is a protective thing. How can you sell coral?
We
But
sell with that's our job is totally environmental friendly.
okay.
Mm, Sometimes we Italian we are too um, too hard with us with ourselves.
Uh-huh.
In Italy, coral is protected by law
Uh-huh.
probably since 1970.
Oh
So
wow. That's a
when
long
uh,
time.
when the famous activists of nature and they were not born at the moment. So in Italy, we are being a little bit forecasting. So we have protected coral because coral, the red coral, that is available only in Italy. And I want to underline that all the coral, when it's real, is made in Italy. The red coral, when it's real, is made in Italy. Just think about this, because all the rest of the world or import from Italy or just is selling you a fake one.
Okay. So, in the sense that there are corals of other colors,
Sì,
but the Mediterranean red color can only come from
Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Is fished all around the Mediterranean, but the 99.9 of the production of the transformation from the raw material to a piece of jewelry is made in Italy.
Okay.
This one what says usually the English, I can swear on my father tomba this.
Great. Okay.
Written on the marble. We can write this on the marble.
Okay. On the tombstone, yes.
Yes. So what I want to tell you that is our coral, we cannot fish tons and tons of coral. And coral is fished by divers, by law in Italy. We cannot fish coral with boat.
They are licensed, are they? They can only fish so much per year.
Per year, and basically when the coral is found, but the coral when is small is not very expensive. Has not a big commercial value. To have a big commercial value must be big. So where is the big coral? Very deep in the water.
Okay.
How many person scuba diver they can go over the 100 meters, so 300 feet?
Wow.
Very few. How just a tank, just a normal tank, they use epoxy miscellaneous inside the tank. They just a tank cost only to fill the tank will cost 150 200 euros.
Oh wow! So it's not economically viable to go and fish little.
No, not
exactly.
at all.
So yeah, of course.
And and anyway is one of the most risky job in
the
world.
Very dangerous. Yes, of course.
But done by hand as well, that one. So they can select, they can look at the big branch that they have economic value, and they can.
And also by doing it by hand, they can be careful of how they remove it rather than a machine that goes and just drags everything out and destroys everything.
Exactly, like this happen in all the rest of the world with other kind of coral that sometimes are white, have no color, or then they are dyed in red just to resemble our coral.
Okay.
Yes.
So how me, but I don't know nothing about coral. I walk into your shop, because if I walk into your shop, you obviously tell me what to do. But let's say I walk into a shop somewhere else in the world, whatever, and they sell coral. How basically, I mean, I know you need to know how to spot coral, but some basic tips of how to spot an authentic coral.
Okay.
Basic, simple things for the person that wants to buy a little.
Sure.
A little.
I tell you the what I always tell to the people. If it looks so great price and very cheap, that's not coral.
Okay.
This is the basic rule. Second rule, if it looks so perfect and cheap, that's
definitely
not real coral.
Of course. That's the rule. That's the rule. Hey, Marco, that's the rule of thumb for everything. When it is perfect and cheap, it's machine made. This goes for glass, everything really. Shoes, whatever.
But you know what's the problem, Monica? That today we are all fascinated by the filters.
Yes, of course.
We live life with filter.
Yeah, of course.
There are no
imperfection should be a luxury, and instead it's become like stigma or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. So back to the tips, because then they tell me off if I don't give the tips.
Another tip is if it's big and it's cheap, it's not coral.
Of course.
Coral, the three tricks that are most used for coral is very, very big, because big coral cost, and if
Yeah,
it's
of course. And we're
because
talking about big money as well, cost
yeah, but
big money.
big,
We're not
big,
talking
big
about
money.
just a little bit expensive. It's really expensive. Would you say it's more is on the same line as diamonds, cost
Well,
wise?
there is a similitude with diamonds. Diamonds, are the three C are called for diamond. That is clarity.
Uh huh.
So it's the way that you have intrusion inside the diamonds. Color, as much white is a diamond, as much of value, and carats.
Uh
So
huh.
carats means big or small
Uh
diamonds.
huh.
So
Okay.
coral is very similar. Big is terrible expensive. I mean, two beads of 7 millimeter doesn't cost like one beads of 8 millimeter.
Okay.
Second, clarity. So defect or imperfection. Imperfection you will always find. I have a chain in the store that a necklace of coral that costs almost $30,000.
Whoa.
Yeah. And when people tell me I want a coral that is perfect, I show them this necklace, and I show them where are the imperfection. I
Yeah.
call
Yeah.
imperfection. People can call that defect. But on a $30,000 necklace, let's call that defect. Okay, it's like wow. I don't know what to say more. And the last is the color. Okay, that's I wanna point out the color, because the color has never been one of the most important things for Italian coral. But that's the problem of the social, when you can alter color with the filter.
Yeah, on the photos, yeah, on social medias, on the net, with the things. Yeah, of course, you make it look cherry red when it really is not cherry red.
Exactly. So the coral the real coral has a red that is vivid but not toxic. It's not a strawberry red.
Uh-huh.
It's a normal red. It's a genuine red. Like I mean, I could do 1,000 sample, but today it's our fault. I mean, I said you, me, all the rest of the world, that we are expecting things that doesn't exist in the reality.
Yeah. Colors that don't exist. Yeah, of
Exactly.
course. Yeah. Marco, you are part of Asso Coral, that is the Italian organization for for the coral industry, right? For
Yes,
everybody. Okay.
foreign cameos industry.
So this is very important as well for people, obviously for people coming to your shop, but also people because I wanted to have this chat with you, not just because of they can find you in Venice, obviously on the Rialto Bridge, they can come and see you and buy, but also because you wanted to talk about these things on a worldwide level, as in it's very important when people go around Italy, possible if they go to a because now everybody comes to Venice, maybe they're buying from somewhere else in Italy. But it's very important when the jeweler belongs to Asso Coral because it's certified like you are. Everything comes with a certification, right?
Yes, everything comes with the certification, because I'm not only part of Asso Coral. I did the step more.
Uh-huh.
Now I am a certifier of Asso Coral. That means a step more. So Asso Coral, that is the Italian Coral and Cameo Society,
Uh-huh.
allowed me to certify what I sell.
Okay.
So I mean, and this kind of certification is international, as
Uh-huh.
a sort of blockchain system of security. So
Mhm.
when you buy a product from us, you are just like buying very similar to the certificate you can have on diamonds.
Yeah, of course.
You're 100% sure. And actually, I'm the only one in the north of Italy.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know this. Oh, this is very important. Okay. So, and you give this certificate obviously with everything or just with certain products?
Okay. Just let's talk about I certificate everything.
Okay.
Obviously, to have one of my certification with the blockchain security. I mean, usually I do for product that they need a particular certification.
Of course, with a certain
Not
price
for a
and
pair
everything.
of earrings in very, very simple,
Yeah,
that
yeah, of
I
course,
can
of
do,
course.
I can do a simple certificate. Everything is a certificate, but this is an higher level of certification.
Uh-huh. So, what's the most interesting piece of jewelry you have in the shop?
Wow, wow.
No one, maybe two or whatever.
Probably,
I have my favorite. I know what it is for me, and I'll tell you after. But I don't know if it's the same.
probably, I think that is my private collection of antique cameos. Is
Uh-huh.
the whole collection where there are the cameo that my grandpa made for my mother that
Mm,
represents my mother. This is the one in ivory in the very center of our collection.
okay.
That was made in ivory, so it was made much years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Way before obviously
Yeah,
we
absolutely,
stopped doing it.
absolutely.
So they were allowed to do it back then.
I was
Okay.
not born. I was not
Oh,
born
okay.
because my mother was 18, and I
Oh,
don't
she
want to
was
tell.
young.
Yes, I don't want to tell. I don't want to tell about. I don't want to tell about the age of my mama
Yeah,
because
yeah, of course, of course.
she's
We
an
don't want to
Italian
say.
woman, and we are gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But she's still younger, nicer, and she has a new kids like Ugo. So she becomes on a second maternity right now.
Okay, and instead, I'll tell you what my favorite piece of jewelry, but it's not actually even a piece of jewelry, is your lamp.
Oh wow!
The one, the cameo lamp. I think that is amazing. Whatever you see, I come in and I see it, is like, whoa, okay, I like that. But that is it's not a piece of jewelry really, but still I think it's amazing. I mean, thanks to you, I actually managed to go down and visit where you know uh
I cannot tell you that is a twin lamp because they were two.
oh, okay, where's the other
And
one then?
I cannot tell
You cannot tell
exactly the
me. Oh,
person, but
okay.
something to deal with London and with
Oh,
Buckingham Palace.
oh la la, I didn't know this. See, I have good taste then. I knew I have a good taste. I knew I have a good taste.
I've been a little bit, I talk about, I'm talking about, not random, but in a large way, in a large
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see. I knew I
So
had a good taste on that.
we let your
Listen, and what's the most strange piece of jewelry you have?
what's the most strange?
Yeah,
Another
because I mean, you got all sorts, but have you got something totally? I mean, even antique,
very
but is
very strange, very strange. Um, okay, very strange. I think that is an old ring that we have in rose gold with sapphire, emeralds, and rubies. It's
uh-huh.
a ring that magically can be transformed in a bracelet.
You joking?
No, no,
Oh, I
no,
never
I'm
seen that.
joking.
How can he go from a ring to a bracelet?
Because the bracelet is made with link that the goldsmith who made that was
Huh?
a goldsmith, and he put together all this link in order to create a ring, and then
Oh my
when
God, I never saw that one. You got to show it to me next time. I want a
that's very
photo.
strange. That's very strange.
Oh my God. And it's very old as well, is it?
Yes, it's something I think it's 60, 70 years old. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, and do you know by in your head your oldest piece of jewelry?
On my end, I think is a cameo. Is a cameo with the surrounding on tortoiseshell
Uh-huh.
as well. This one is 200, maybe 300 years old. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
yeah. So tortoiseshell was allowed to fish.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I want to tell to everybody that this summer, because I'm a diver, I met a tortoiseshell. I just swim with her. I didn't get any tortoiseshell for
Yeah.
making a cameo. No, I
Yeah.
just
Or,
swim.
or soup, or soup. You just said
Yeah,
hi to them, and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. No, no way, no way. I do respect nature.
I know. I know.
I'm a person that feel that nature is something that it's a gift. Like coral, it's a gift,
Mm.
and so we should have respect. We have in a piece of coral there is much more respect of nature than in a lot of words when we talk about the a lot of things, and then we wear something made in, I don't want to say, let's say Far East, okay,
Mhm.
and that has been made with no respect for nature, that has been with no respect for the person who made it.
Mhm.
And in a piece of coral made in Italy, you are buying the story of Italy.
Of course.
I look at that some book, because to do my handbook, to be part of the Asso Coral, I read a lot of book, and
Uh-huh.
in some single wreck of the Roman Empire that was found coral inside. They were already trading coral
Of course.
2,000 years ago.
Of course, of course. Marco, you're a born and bred Venetian. One last question. This is
Yeah.
about Venice. And of course, millions, not even thousands, not even 100,000, but millions of people across the Rialto Bridge since you've been there. What's let's say, what's the most evident change you have seen from your shop?
Very, this is the evening of the difficult question.
You know, hey, it's called Venice Talks for that reason.
Uh, I think I as you understand, as we said in Italy, I speak in one way to be understood in the other way. Okay, I think we need a little bit to put our handphone in the pocket and to look
Uh-huh.
at Venice with the eyes.
Mhm.
We need to look at the moon with our own eyes, and decide to take a selfie. That is fantastic, to take a selfie on the Rialto Bridge. We should know that that is the Rialto Bridge, first of all.
Exactly. Where am I standing? I'm not just standing on a bridge.
Yeah. You know that we did, I don't think it was you, but it was an American blogger that we go out for a second on the Rialto Bridge, and I ask her, okay, let's do a bet. Put $100 on the bench, and I put mine $100 on the bench, and I make you and come out with me. We go out on the Rialto Bridge. There were so many persons making a picture, making
Uh-huh.
a selfie on the Rialto Bridge. I just made them a simple question.
Where are you standing?
Yeah,
Huh?
and 4 person on 10 were not able to
To tell you.
answer me.
I so sad. I so sad. I
One,
know.
one, he just understood I was testing him. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I just speak in English like I was a tourist, me as well, And one,
Yeah.
one say to me, "Look on Google."
Just switch
My,
on Google Map. That's even worse.
you know what I mean? Because the answer is very important.
Of
The question
course.
is very important, because if we don't think ourselves, somebody will think for us.
Of
That's
course.
what we want.
Absolutely.
Is that what we want?
Yeah.
And that's why people say to me sometimes, we have, if you look at the review there are on my store, it's we had an experience that doesn't
Yeah.
belong only to the jewelry piece, but belongs to Italy, and
Yeah.
that make me proud.
Yeah, that is why one of the reasons why I wanted to interview you, because Venice, there are other jewelry shops, there are other shops that sell cameos and corals. You're not the only one, but you're one of the probably one of the oldest shops in Venice for sure. And considering now that so many are closing down, so you're definitely one of the oldest. But because of what you offer, because you don't just offer, you're not just a shop selling things. I see, because I hear it when even when friends of mine come to see you, whatever. It's as you say, it never takes you 5 minutes to sell a piece of jewelry in your shop. It's always at least an hour. When somebody comes in, because you start talking them and you have a chat and you explain it, and is the question that you like to people to know what they're buying and to know they bought it from you as well. And we're bringing back a piece of Venice with them in a way.
That's what I would like they bring with them. And if I overshare with the person, is usually because I like the person. If
Mm,
I don't, I'm not very able to don't overshare because I was born and my grandma was used to say to me that I was like a mirror. So on the mirror, the person can see if I like them or not.
Uh-huh.
That's a big problem for a person that needs to sell, but I'm peace with myself, you know.
So, Marco, where can they find you on the internet?
On www.eredijovon.com,
Okay.
eredijovon.com.
And on all social medias with all the same Eredi Jovon, yes?
Yes. But they can
Marco,
just
it was
click
so...
on Google where to buy cameo in Italy, where to find
Yeah,
cameo in Italy.
yeah.
How can I realize?
Because that was actually your secret passion, wasn't it? Marketing and internet.
Yes. That was I was studying before. Unfortunately, you know
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah, of course. Well, if you wouldn't, if you weren't on a radio Yvonne, you would have had probably marketing Yvonne or something like that.
Uh, maybe in a second life. Let's.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark, it was so nice talking to you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you soon around Venice. Thanks again.
Thank you. Hi everybody. Ciao.
And another lovely chat. Thank you so much, Marco. You can find Marco and his family at www.eredijovon.com and on all social medias as Eredi Jovon. Thank you again for listening. If you want to book a food tour or a cooking experience with me, you can find me on my blog www.monicacesarato.com or at cookingvenice.com and also on all social medias with the handle at Monica Cesarato and at Cooking Venice. Feel free to leave a comment or write to info@monicacesarato.com for more information about the people featured in the podcast or Venice. Bye bye!